2025, we're at 7:01. Your Honor, please call the roll.
Councilor Crop. Councilor Boyez.
Here.
Councilor Isom.
Here.
Mayor Lockenbrock.
Here.
Councilor Strauss.
Here.
Councilor Miller.
Here.
Councilor Lacoste.
Here.
And for the record, I said your name wrong again. Boyer.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Boyer, really?
Yeah, supposedly I'm French. I don't really know if it's true.
It's
It's supposed to be a silent Z. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what they say. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
We want to ancestry 21.
For the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to thank each of you who took time to attend tonight. Any guests or physically present need to fill out the meeting sign-in sheet near the door. And we're running a hybrid meeting again tonight to allow those who want to attend remotely to do so. Cut down any background noise, feedback. Remote attendees should mute themselves while not speaking. Staff members and guests on the agenda will need to unmute themselves to give reports to council. Audience members may unmute themselves to speak during the public hearings and during citizen comments. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Contains minutes from the council meeting held on November 18th, 2025, and the financial report for November 2025. Council can vote on all items together or remove an item for separate consideration. Entertain a motion.
I move that the governing body of the city of Halsey approve the business items in the consent agenda as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Opposed? Motion carries. So are there any agenda adjustments?
You.
Okay. So next is delegations. And Sheriff Halsey is not here. But we also have the Central Link Community Foundation. Show it. Excellent.
I'm with Robertson and I represent the Central Link Community Foundation. And for those of you in the audience who don't know what that is, we raise funds, give out grants to local nonprofits in the Central Link School District area. Also, or Brownsville, whoever puts in an application. 501. Organization. Last year, we gave out a total of $10,000. And they went to the Cobra Booster Club, the Rec Center, Sharing Hands, and the California Food Alliance. And I'm here to ask for some money to give this year. If you have any questions, just try to answer.
But for the members of council who's not taken part, heard what we do, Central Link Community Foundation, now's the time to find out what they do and how they do it, and if there's things we can do to help. So if you have any questions, now's the time. Okay.
So you're your own organization and you're giving grants to the Central End schools?
To nonprofit organizations.
Okay.
In the school district area.
Okay.
And yes, parent teacher club, that's the grants in the past. People and gleaners and any other positions.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, thank you much. We'll wait for the Cranberries to get here. So next item on the agenda is citizen comments. This is the time for interested citizens and anyone in the audience to address council on any item of concern. Please limit your comments to about 3 minutes. And please start by introducing yourself and stating your address.
Sure. Hand up, anyone?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
My name is Mark Broad. I live at 791 West Fourth. So my understanding is there's a but there's a grant that's been requested for widening and paving the road from West Third through to Fifth. I don't see a point in doing it much. The two houses that are affected with me and the Rousseaus, the houses are older than this town, and the road used to be a driveway until people would get stuck in it, and then they turned it into a road because tired of people getting stuck. By widening and paving the road, it doesn't positively affect anybody. If anything, it negatively affects us. It takes away from our property and then room for our kids to play in the yard. Our house is already close enough to that road as it is, with just a handful of people who use it. Typically, if you went straight back, if you headed west on it, Jeannie, going straight with it, then to the south of her, Gina, and I don't know her husband's name, and Joel, and then Clifford and Valerie Jones would be just to the right or north on 50. Other than them, nobody really uses it. So I don't feel it needs to be widened. The improvement affects two houses a bunch, which, once again, that houses are older than the town itself. And it doesn't benefit many people at all. I understand it goes over the tracks to the library. Nobody comes out of Centennial and does another turn and another turn. They can just take G straight to 99 and get there quicker and less turns. So let's see. If anything, it'll just increase traffic on that street, which doesn't need to be because you can only turn before or after all the streets go through. And then hard to sit before the we like the way it is now. Personally, when I'm coming out of my driveway heading east and I'm at Fourth and I see someone at Third trying to come, it's 1 lane wide. It's more neighborly I see someone there and I'll pull over to the side, or they pull to the side and let someone come through, over being in too much of a hurry and just go right past each other without caring who's there or giving patience or acknowledgement of another human being. Been a handful of times selling the neighborhood. I hate to be a town which people are less polite and too much of a hurry to wave. We have so many other sidewalks and non-walkways and streets that could be better improvements than adding on to another task or another job that's already not needed. Why add something else when this is already in decay? Is what I'm trying to say. See, that's basically it. This is from February 8th of 2000, the meeting's here, H Street, and how approximately 10 feet wide, 200 foot long was declared surplus property, where the homeowner of my house at the time purchased from 10 feet, I believe it was from center of the road, toward our house, which would still only make our property about 14 feet from our house to the road. And I don't know about you guys with your kids, but you want cars zipping by and you have your toddlers out in the yard. One doesn't need to in the first place. You could turn somewhere else. That is all basically. And I had comments that were posted last month. I don't think they got read last month.
Correct. And so.
We don't have them now.
Yeah.
It was basically the same, is what I'm saying now, I believe. That is all. Thank you for consideration. And if you get a grant for something, does it mean you have to do it? If I got a grant to paint my house highlighter pink, I don't want it highlighter pink. I'm not going to use the money just for the sake of using somebody else's money for something. Just let it be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I?
Yeah.
All right, my name is Nicholas Russo. I've lived in Halsey for 47 years. At 811 West 4th Street, I am Mark's neighbor across the gravel road. My parents moved into the house in 1972. That is 53 years, 636 months, or 635.999 if you want to be technical. But so we've maintained the property on that for 53 years. And we've done a good job at it. We've never let it be overgrown. We've never had city complaints. We've always taken care of it. I myself have personally taken care of the gravel road that is between us for the last 15 years. I may call Andy every now and then and ask for a little bit of gravel, but if there's potholes, I take care of it. And I take care of the yard and I take care of all the corners. I make sure the sidewalk's clean. I care about where I live. And by having this road that is proposed to go through us is going to put, like Mark said, a road dangerously for our children, our pets. And it's just not really needed. Essentially, that road was, when I was a child growing up, that road was a dead end. And the houses behind us, when they were being built, they'd use 8th Street to go.
Sorry, continue.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, and so people would use that road as a through road to get back to 5th Street. And they'd get stuck in there and destroyed our yard that we took care of. And Art Case was the mayor when this happened. And he decided to gravel it and put gravel through there. And so at that point, it became a road. And so what I'd like to see happen eventually is to close that back off, because as Mark says, if you're traveling west on 8th Street, all you're going to do is tee off on 5th Street, where you can go on G or I, and those are paved, clean roads. And as far as the grant, in front of our house on 4th Street, the street is actually crumbling as 8th Street is. Being that I live there, I walk that street pretty much every day. And I walk, matter of fact, Mr. Mayor, I walk past your house every day with my French Bulldog.
I know.
And so
Annoying little dog.
no, he's
He's
very
adorable though, I love him.
But that road could use that exponentially more, in my opinion. And again, I take care of that road. And if we're going to go ahead and motion to pave that road, 8th Street, I'm going to ask for 53 years of upkeep on that road or that property. And at 636 months, $100 per month is $63,600. That's where I'm gonna let off on that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do we have any other comment? Graham?
Yeah, I think that for the record that we should read this because he submitted it last month.
Okay.
You have a copy of it in front of you. This is Mark Broad again, he spoke earlier today, but submitted via our public comment form online. I'm wanting to make my point on not paving West H. I would like to have West H not paved, but left alone, if not made back into a dead end, as it used to be before people got stuck in the mud. I feel as there is no need for it to be paved, as it doesn't go anywhere. Yes, Jeannie can take it, as it almost lines up with her driveway, but other than that, you still need to make a left or right to get anywhere. If you are coming from Centennial Court area, you would go straight to 99 and not go right on 5th and then left on 8th. Why can't we get French drains around town and not big ditches where you cannot park to get to a house? Bury pipes for the water drainage and gravel over them instead. West 5th does not go all the way through. I know it would get more traffic, but isn't that an argument meant for my side as well? As per my knowledge, nobody wants this road paved who is in its area. I don't, and the Russos not either. The grant given for this road improvement would be better spent on town drainage to add parking so people don't need to park in their yards, making mud everywhere. Thank you for your time.
Big time, like going north and south.
Yeah.
What's their vibe?
Well, I see that the sheriff's department is represented now.
Want me to go?
Yes, sir.
Any other public comment?
I have a question.
Okay.
When are you talking about Community Foundation?
We'll be voting on that this evening.
What?
We'll be voting on that this evening.
Down, yeah. Have the report.
Work with something that are fridges stolen or something. So they're saying.
Yeah.
Get off.
What's that?
Or do you hear like report crime or anything in that area?
Do I report?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was here with somebody, it was not right. Or somebody's fridge was missing, but it was on the other side of her porch.
Oh.
Okay,
Hello, sir.
any other comments
Years.
before we? No, okay. Then we'll proceed with Sergeant Framby's.
Alright, it was a very boring report, boring is great for Halsey.
Yes, it is.
A lot of zeros, for statistics other than the 9 traffic stops last month. When nothing's happening, we've talked about it before, it gives the deputies a chance to be a little more proactive. So you'll see like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning traffic stops, 12:30 in the morning business checks. 5 and 4:30 in the morning motorist assist, so it allows them to be a little more proactive. We're starting to slow down a little bit with the call load and it getting dark and kind of foggy. It's not as much as our busy season, so some things we're dealing with, I haven't seen it in Halsey in the last week or two, but a lot more package stuff around the area, so that's just something to be mindful of. If you're expecting a package, please try to get it in as soon as possible. Don't leave it out there for days or call a friend or, I mean, heck, call me and I'll hide it for you. If you're leaving them out there for days, it's just bad news. I think I took 2 or 1 in Brownsville, 1 in Harrisburg today. So, people like that around. I don't have any examples of palsy, like I said, but it's that time of year. All the delivery people are working a lot all throughout the day, dropping packages, and people are out there to take advantage of it. So it's just something to keep your eye out for. But nothing to really talk about. So maybe a question or two for me.
Yeah. Over here. Do you guys patrol off Falk Road very often? Every time I drive out by the high school, there's a car blasting that road, blasting that stop sign. It goes from Falk Road onto 228.
I was out there for an hour today looking for trucks using that because it's not a truck route.
Okay, there's a side road on the closer to the high school. If you park on that road, you'll probably get at least 5 or 6 people a day that completely blast that stop sign.
That's great to know. We kind of have a list of places that we need to provide extra patrol for. Today we ran with 5 deputies on the road. So it's really hard to watch specific places for hours at a time. But we're working on it. We have 3 in training right now. We have
you guys hired and that's good. Hopefully get more of you out there.
Yeah, we have 3 in training right now, 2 just graduated the academy. We have 2 in the academy. But the last 2 out of 3 we've had a failed field training just because we have pretty high standards and they have to learn the job really, really fast. And so like I've talked about before with our hiring process, like we're not sacrificing quality for quantity. So it's just a long process to get more deputies on the road, but I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. Falk and Seafeld was something I've been working on the last couple of days.
Because people come down Lake, I think it's Lake Creek, south of town, and will head off the road just to bypass Halsey. And I've been past it, like I've been doing 50 on that road and then passed by farther than over 100.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're the company need one.
It's not a truck route. I did not realize.
You can't use Falk, there's farm exemptions. And certain exemptions, like if you could show me you're making a delivery to a location, you can't use it to bypass the city or anything like that. The county road department didn't design that road for the trucks. If you've driven on those roads, they're terrible.
At the bridge, you don't want to have 2 trains at the same time.
Yeah. It'd be a violation for semi trucks to use that. So, and it's happening a lot.
It is, that's why I was asking.
We're trying to work with the road department too, like by the time those big semis commit to a turn, and then they see the signs, like what do you want them to do, like back up,
Right.
you know, so try to work with the county, maybe reposition those signs a little bit more where they see them before they commit to those turns, but
Mhm.
also. I don't know if it's something new. I stopped a couple trucks out there today, and Google Maps is actually routing them as a quick way to I-5 to avoid Halsey. And so that's also kind of like we have truckers from out of state trying to get to I-5 after making a delivery somewhere off 99, and Google Map directs them there. And then they're pulling doubles, and you know, those signs are 200 feet from the intersection. Like, what do you want a guy to do?
Right.
You know, so they should be using it. They need to do some homework, but at the same time, I feel like we can make it a little better for those guys.
Mhm.
That village, how we could do better with their signage.
Yeah.
If we could get a sign that's no Jake breaks when entering town, that would be awesome.
We've had that conversation many, many years.
That's enough to about.
Yeah, the sign's 11.
Listen to it so long.
That's a,
You don't even hear it.
that's a federal thing.
I don't mind that Friday at 10:30 at night, but it's the Jake breaks with the grand.
Any other questions? No questions?
Thank you, guys.
Moving on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So next item on the agenda is reports to council. Start off with the city administrator's report.
Over years ago, I had a stack of tires ordered, so I just parked on the front porch for a week. I don't even look at.
Brianna, yes, we are.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I have to check in with him. City administrator report. Economic and Main Street Development. We've talked a little bit about that the city has partnered with the Rural Economic Alliance to cost per intern. Intern Ellie continues to work on our business page content. The previous webpage had a list of local businesses and links to our business toolkit. But as a part of this project, our goal is to add more content to that page with subcategorical pages covering business resources, updating our local business inventory, which really comes down to the business inventory structure is there. We're trying to get businesses to register.
Oh, so yeah, there's only, I was on there this afternoon, there's 8 on there and I'm like, oh, it's more than that in town.
Yes, I agree. So getting more folks registered is the goal of that, but it's going to be updated with business inventory, information about our work with Rural Economic Alliance, and a business FAQ page. And so it's starting to come together. You have some content in our business resources around small business SBDC. I can never remember all the acronyms. It's like the Small Business Development something local organization that provides resources for business owners, and some other agencies, Real being one of them, are listed there. And we are going to hopefully have a presentation from intern Ellie at our next council meeting. So she can kind of show some of the work that she's been doing on behalf of our economic development efforts. Once we feel like we've got the business webpage dialed in, then we are going to move on to doing some of our flyer stuff and really hitting the ground and going out and knocking on doors and trying to talk to our local business owners. We're trying to introduce ourselves, make sure they know about the resources that Halsey has, get to know them and try to garner some content for that Halsey highlight series that we hope to do to really highlight the businesses that are in their community. In addition to our shared intern, we're working with a consultant, and that consultant is working on developing some marketing materials for the work of Real. And some of those things are things like window clings to say like I'm a real business with our logos. And there's a little bit of branded stuff like that person is going to start going out to entrepreneurial events, and they would like to have this as Real or some other things to make it so that it's clear who they are and what agency they're there on behalf of. They also put together a brochure for promoting what Real is working on. A little plug, our mayor is highlighted in that brochure. So once I can get a draft copy of it, I'll share it out to you guys. And then the next thing
Shots in there?
yeah, pretty front and center. With our library and stuff in the background, it's great. And then also, the consultant is working to put together a calendar of events to get into each of Real's local communities. dates. So actually getting that targeted time, yes, it's a cost share effort. Halsey really benefits because those cost shares are often calculated by population size.
Okay.
And so being one of the smaller cities in the organization, we pay a smaller portion of the cost, which is obviously beneficial to us. But we do want to make sure that when we are spending Halsey money, that we're seeing that effort happening in Halsey. So getting that consultant here to see what we're doing in Halsey to support our efforts that we're working with Ellie on, and if we're having any events in Halsey, to make sure that they're available at those things. Historically, we've struggled to get attendance at events generally, and specifically at our business events. Those I see lots of nods from our longer term counselors, and so we're open to ideas on events that we might host or might sort of just piggyback on with this consultant. But I talked to some of these farms around here and get some land to do it. Unfortunately, Halsey doesn't own that much dirt.
No.
And then the next thing in the same vein is that we recently met with the regional solutions team. I know I've updated council about this some. And as part of that agenda, we really highlighted some of our economic development Main Street revitalization project goals that we have for the area. We have gotten potential leads on grant opportunities for Main Street projects to include things like beautification, are right here, those little opportunities to sort of do beautification. I am working with the grant writer at the COG, connecting with her to sort of dive into some things that she pitched as potential sources to get some of those things. Our grand ambitions, of course, are a reader board sign and a mural. But if we can get anything, that's a start. Next up is infrastructure projects. Well replacement. Phase 2 grant funding requires that we conduct an environmental impact study prior to construction. This must be approved by the EPA, and they move at the speed of federal government. The city will need to work with consultants to execute the environmental impact study. I'm preparing the documents to go to procurement for that work because we will have to bid the work, to get a contractor to walk us through it. My goal is to be ready for that selection process by the 1st of January. First week of January. Next up is I&I repairs. Branch Engineering is putting together our bid packages for I&I project for the submission to our project funder. We're on track for that. We've talked about it a few times. We wanted to be working on that to have it to our project funders in December to have it hopefully approved to go out to bid in January. So we are on track for that, but that is the funding source for that project does require that our business owner those people before we can. The park project. We ordered remaining materials for the park, including benches, basketball hoop, court stencils, and paints. Our public works team will install benches as they assemble them because they do not come whole. And that's a great project. They'll just sort of do it at the shop and then put them in the pads that have been placed. They take several weeks to ship, so the project will be ongoing throughout the winter. We ran into good weather. We ran out of good weather to finish installation of the exercise equipment, but this was partly because we were waiting to hear on the SLEDS grant for the pour in place rubber. We didn't want to install equipment until we did not get the grant. So we will move forward with our original plan, which is bark. So that is scheduled for spring when weather improves and the guys can dig without absolutely destroying bark, or at least the area around the dig. Those are the final details to wrap up the project. Another thing that we would like to do is plant some replacement trees. We decided to do those in spring as well. It would be a great way to combine an Arbor Day event with a celebration of finally completing all these details on the park project. I have spoken to intern Julia a couple times, and I did mention, I sent her some pictures of some of the stuff we've installed so far. Julia, for those of you that don't know, was our rare intern who worked here before I came on. But she was really pivotal in this project being off the ground. She oversaw the committee efforts. She worked with the committee to write a grant. She got us the grant. So she actually still works regionally, close enough that she would be excited to come and visit and check out the park and potentially be a part of one of those events. So I would hope that she can come, and we'll make sure to invite her.
We tried to hire her as a grant writer, but we're just not that wealthy.
Not the big part, not the one next to the library.
Correct,
Okay,
yes.
just make sure. The basketball court.
There is
Got
a basketball court, yeah. And so lastly, at the park, the picnic tables at the park have shown signs of significant wear. Some of them, actually, the first one we noticed was because a bench was like not safe to sit on, and we noticed it at the summer barbecue. Yeah. So we strategically placed that bench and then for that day and then removed it. Public Works looked at benches, along with Councilor Boyer and Mayor Lockenbrook. They identified 3 benches that were in the worst. I said it right.
I know.
I'm working on it.
You did.
To be clear, I've said it wrong a lot of times. He's corrected.
I,
I don't even know it's true.
I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
The only reason that I found out I was pronouncing it wrong is because when we did goal setting and everybody did introductions, he said his own name and I said, I've been saying it wrong for.
Watching French movies and
Be fancy just today.
he's foyer.
So they identified 3 benches that were in the worst shape. And actually, Councilor Boyer and Mayor generously offered to repair benches, replacing the old worn out metal with the new. They donated their time on this project and the city has only paid for materials.
Point of clarification. He did the work. I pointed.
Give credit where it's due. We will continue to repair the remaining benches as funding becomes available. Because the park budget is very tight, we will likely need to budget this in the next fiscal year unless we see signs of that repairs are more urgent. There's not actually money in the budget really to do it, so it would have to come out of another bucket of the general funds, special projects, etc. Or it would wipe out every remaining maintenance dollar and it's not somewhere yet. So, not advised. I think that it is better to do what we planned, which is to budget it in the next year, but regularly check conditions of the benches to make sure that if it suddenly seems urgent, that we find the money and we get them fixed. Community engagement. The library committee is collecting recipes for our Halsey community cookbooks. I've probably mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it over and over again. The goal of this project is to create a cookbook full of recipes from our local community members that can be checked out from the library. So if you've noticed, we've been sharing recipes in our monthly newsletter as we get submissions for the cookbook. We haven't had many submissions yet, so please share the ask to your friends and neighbors. Yep. Recipes can be submitted in person here or at the library. And also they can be emailed to our librarian at library.halseyor.gov. Upcoming events. We have unsuccessfully been attempting to do a food drive. We would like to continue those efforts. People have food they'd like to donate. They can't get over to Sharing Hands directly. If you bring it here, we will make sure it gets to Sharing Hands. Central Lynn School District Holiday Concert is December 17th. Parks and Library Committee, December 18th at the library at 5:30. December 19th to January 1st, Central Lynn School District is out for winter break. City Hall is closed on the 24th and 25th in observance of Christmas and January 1st for New Year's Day. Question.
Could we build the benches out of concrete?
Well, if you haven't seen the ones that Derek's crew rebuilt,
Pretty indestructible.
they're not gonna go anywhere. They're gonna be there long after we're on.
That's over. Even Dawn.
guess I'll have to go.
Golf
Okay,
course.
not.
Yeah.
Before you go in Corvallis, and every year he'd bring up benches back because some reason golfers felt they needed to scratch their spikes into the benches. I don't know, I've been to that park in a long time.
So the next item on the agenda is the Public Works Department and
Da-da-da-da.
pretty self-explanatory. There's one that I wanted to,
On the bottom floor.
we had a leak not so long ago.
Thank goodness it was only those 4 panels then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after that is a library report.
Yep.
Looks like we've had some good increases. I gotta say, Caitlin's doing a phenomenal job with the library. I've come up with an idea. Any questions on those two comments?
Oh, sir.
I just want to thank Andy for driving the float for the parade. It
Absolutely, yeah.
was very smooth. None of the kids took a tumble.
Bonus.
Yeah, it's always a good thing.
There's an art to fall, and there's only one way to learn it.
So,
We almost got rear-ended in the parade one year, so it's better this year.
yeah. So then the next item is the mayor's report. Wasn't a whole lot for me to do last month. You probably have already heard I had a stroke. So it didn't do a whole lot. Laid around a lot, did a lot of PT. Had some visits with our city administrator and she brought some patients over and we had some discussions about ongoing stuff. But other than that, my usual stuff I do, didn't do any of that. So we'll get back on it. Yeah, slap.
It's like golf. Maybe you do that much. You got the flop.
I mean, give him attention if he just.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, that's right.
I broke my neck and back August of 2021, and it didn't show, so I just don't know why it didn't hurt.
Yep. So next item on the agenda is new business. We have donation request from Central Lynn Community Foundation and Jen was kind enough to speak. Do you have anything you want to add, Brianna?
No notes. She really covered the summary that I wrote here. Council has a current policy that the maximum donation per organization that they can issue is $500. $500 is the request. We currently have $1,000 remaining in our community partners line in this year's budget.
Okay. So with that, I would ask if there's any questions, comments, concerns?
What else would we need to use that for, Brianna?
What's that?
What else would we need to use that for?
So this.
On the fiscal year until. No.
I'm like, you've been here longer than me.
No.
There's 1,000.
I say there's other stuff that comes up on this, because this isn't just the calendar year. It's for the budget year,
Oh, okay.
which is into the end June, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there are other asks that come up in the spring too.
Right.
Okay.
There's 22 days left in the year.
Yeah, so.
And that is 100.
So if there's no other questions or comments or concerns, I would entertain a motion.
I move that the governing body of the city of Halsey approve a community partners donation in the amount of $500 to Central Lynn Community Foundation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Who carries?
Hey, we all get free passes to get the Renfrew Museum now? Just one time. I've been in it twice already. And
It's free anyway.
Okay,
Just say yes.
item on the agenda.
Just make them feel special. Come on.
So next item on the agenda is the fiscal year 2024-2025 audit. And with that, I'll let Brianna take it away.
All right, so the fiscal year 2025-2026 audit is complete. The auditor found no violations and the audit has been submitted to the state of Oregon. The letter to council is included. The audit is huge. And so we are fancy. We have begun the use of QR codes for those who feel inspired to go for the full audit, but also the full audit is available on our city website in our fiscal webpage, additional documents. The council is just asked to review and recommend whether or not they would like to approve or our annual audit report.
It's been riveting reading.
Are you gonna give us a quick summary?
We did good.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So,
The auditors always write it. It never
Yeah.
sounds that they're always like, they're never like, you did great. They always say,
yeah.
you didn't do bad.
You did not violate.
Yeah.
No notes, marks against us. In the audit, I think some things that did come up, they always make recommendations because they
Yeah.
recommend potential improvements.
Mhm.
One thing that came up is they recommended that we do a formal reconciliation process for our LGIP,
Mhm.
which LGIP has very, very minimal transactions because it's basically like our big savings account,
Right.
which Larissa implemented. So,
There we go.
We got away from-
yeah.
That was something we used to do, but we stopped doing it because it just was, why?
The two transactions.
Yeah,
Not big
exactly.
out of it, it's slated to hold the funds unless we need them.
It's like a credit card, you have to have it.
So,
On sorts of not.
If there's
No, it's.
any questions or discussions or comments,
Mhm.
I would entertain a motion.
I move that the governing body of the city of Halsey approve the 2024-2025 fiscal year audit as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. If any of you have any sleeping problems, like trying to get to sleep, I fully suggest reading that. Knock you right out.
Great.
I will try that with Connor later.
Jaren's so excited to read it.
Yeah.
He loves one.
I've got more.
Of course.
So, next item on the agenda is A and B street vacations. You have any, review or comments, Brianna?
We do not have public comment. This one will need to go for public hearing.
Right.
Before it can be voted on for adoption. We did see this last month with the motion to proceed with investigation that led to the staff report. So really, it's just an opportunity having the staff report in front of you at this time. You just can't vote on it tonight, but then will happen next month. If any questions came up as a result of this staff report, is a good time to ask, and also if there's anything that I can't answer, this today would be that information.
Do any of you have any questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? No.
And all this we're gonna see again next month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good times. Okay, so I think go and proceed to. Next item on the agenda is application for street vacation of West End Street.
Okay, so this one's further along in the process. We held public hearing in September on this. We did not receive public comments, for, against, or otherwise on the vacation of End Street application. Again, it's a full staff report, sort of denoting the notices that we send out to other utilities, the potential costs, and any other recommendations that are done by our contract planner, Dave. This also is an opportunity to, if there's any additional questions, that we can talk about that now. I can take them back to Dave, but because we held public hearing, this is available to vote on today.
West End, like Nancy.
So with that, does council have any questions, comments, concerns, information?
Mhm.
Guys are easy,
I know.
being gentle. So with that, I would entertain a motion.
And
Motion? I move that the governing body of the city of Halsey initiate proceedings to consider the vacation of N Street between West Fourth and West Fifth Streets, and to authorize the city administrator to set a date for a public hearing.
Incorrect.
And that's my. It should be a motion to approve or a motion to amend or a motion to. And that is my fault because the script is wrong. So,
That's right.
pardon, yeah.
Can we motion to approve it?
Yep,
If that's what you would like to do.
so your options are motions to approve as recommended, approve with amendments, table for further meetings and discussions, or provide further direction for staff, or deny it entirely. So,
Approve as recommended.
so I would entertain a motion, inclusion of the motion.
Just read the same thing, but just say.
Change the words, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Okay.
read the same thing, but just approve as recommended.
We're not making a road from Third to Fifth between M and O.
No.
No.
No,
I keep saying here in, and I don't see an in.
This is something that's been ongoing for months and it's just could be a potential street. If you look at city maps, it could be a potential one, but there is not currently a road. There is a,
That's like when you and I spoke the other day, how when the plan was made for Halsey, that was a road for potential future use, and it's never been. Literally, it's never been.
Because there's like a road that is supposed to go through a house over on.
Right.
On E, right, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So that's about.
That's the old one.
So you guys wanna turn that into a road?
No.
Oh, okay, I was like,
Okay, no.
So just that.
So,
I got that part for sale.
Yeah.
I say, I honestly got that part for sale right now.
Yeah.
are we ready?
we're
I
ready.
think we're ready. Okay. I move that the governing body of the city of Halsey approve as recommended the vacation of N Street between West Fourth and West Fifth.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Stop, second.
Yes.
Okay.
And with that, we move on to the ever riveting ordinances and resolutions. What's that?
Nothing.
Critical work, I think. First ordinance is ordinance 2025-449, an ordinance of the city of Halsey providing for the vacation of 170-foot long section West N Street between Fourth and Fifth Streets, between blocks 53 and 60, southern addition to the town of Halsey. This has no council action other than to sign it. And this is a first reading.
Yeah, so we will do this one more time again.
Yep.
We have to do 2 readings of these types of ordinances. And so one more time in January, then you get to vote. Very formal.
Yeah.
Meetings.
Yeah.
And with that, if there's nothing else, we're gonna go into executive session. And consider matters related to the safety and the governing body and the public safety staff, volunteers, body. All discussions are confidential and those present may disclose nothing from the session. The representatives of the news media are allowed to attend executive sessions as provided by Oregon Revised Statute 192.660, but must not disclose information